Wow, so we were just gifted another free SSR pilot in celebration of the anime Gundam G-Quux, and this pilot might be the best free, or at least one of the best free SSR pilots that I've seen so far. What's up, everybody? Fortexfiend here. Welcome back to another video on SD Gundam G Generation Eternal, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the free SSR pilot Nyaan from Gundam G-Quux that we were just gifted alongside 300 diamonds, which is fantastic. And I took a look at this pilot and I was like, whoa, that is a pretty cracked out pilot for being a free unit. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So we're going to go ahead and hit upgrade here. We're going to go into character, and there she is. Not going to spoil who she is in the story if you haven't seen the anime, but when I saw this character and I looked at the skills, I was like, wait, they gave her MP up level 3. If you guys aren't familiar with this particular skill, Setsuna has this, Asuna also has this, but in a sense, when you use this, you increase the unit's tension bar right away. So that way you're at that supercharged tension and you could deal more damage pretty much right off the bat because your tension is maxed out. So that is an insane ability to have, in my opinion, for a free SSR pilot. And then afterwards, she has boost critical level 3, which increases her crit rate by 30%, which I think is also pretty fantastic. So right there, right off the bat, this SSR pilot is, in my opinion, is super juiced for being a free character. Now, if we take a look at her abilities, they're definitely really good as well. She has increased damage dealt by 15%. She has increased melee, so I'm already thinking G-Quux here. And then her affinity ability is going to be Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quux. So whenever she pilots a unit from that particular series, she increases damage dealt to enemies by 10% and also reduces damage taken by 10%. So the G-Quux, literally the G-Quux is going to be her best friend. Now, who's better for the G-Quux though? Machu or her? I think there's trade-offs here. So I have Machu right over here. Machu's melee, even though they both have increased melee damage, is still going to be overall better. Machu does have access to the double chance step, provided that she's piloting a unit that has both the Gundam G-Quux and protagonist, so she has to pilot the G-Quux in order to trigger that. Machu does have attack, burst, and sway, so she also has a way to be able to increase her damage right off the bat. I actually think the tension one is better, but you guys let me know in the comment section below what you think. She also has sway, whereas Nyaan doesn't have sway, so Machu does have a little bit better survivability in my opinion, whereas Nyaan is just more about the overall offensive damage that she could deal. Now, in terms of other mobile suits that you want to run with Nyaan, now, unfortunately, because there's not a lot of G-Quux suits that she could pilot right now, you're going to be missing out on that third ability that she has if you put her on another unit. However, the trade-off is really not that bad if you think about it. So the first mobile suit that I'm thinking of putting on her, which is something I don't have, is going to be the Striker Custom. So if we go into the unit assembly, we're just going to take a look at Striker Custom right over here. So if you're looking for like a UR unit to put her in, Striker Custom is probably going to be the best one if you want to use her in an actual UR mobile suit. Reason being is if you take a look at a majority of the weapon skills, it's going to have melee. Right here we have melee. Over here we have melee. So you could see why Striker Custom is going to be your best bet. Now, another unit that you could pilot with her, which is going to be my recommended one if you're going to go the free-to-play route, is going to be my favorite, the Epyon. I mean, Epyon is such a fantastic free unit. It's probably one of the better units that you can also consider to SP convert for a free SSR. If you take a look at Beam Sword, melee. If you take a look at Heat Rod, melee. Take a look at Beam Sword, max power, melee. And so this is probably going to be one of her better free-to-play options if you're looking to pair her up with the correct mobile suit. And then another one, I think I have it on this account, is probably S Gundam. I don't know if I have it on here. Let me double check because this, oh, here it is. Okay. S Gundam I know is really, really strong. Let's take a look at what it has available. So Beam Saber, for example, is a melee attack. And then Alice is also really, really strong because you have increased critical damage and it's also a melee skill. I'm aware that its other skills are not melee. However, because this unit has a lot of flexibility, if you're looking for like a gacha unit that you could put her on, this is probably going to be another fantastic option for her. But all in all, I mean, this is a pretty impressive character, in my opinion, for a free unit. Having access to that MP increase is just really, really strong. It allows you to just amp up your damage right off the bat. Keep her alive, of course. You want to make sure that she has defenders helping her out, so that way she can retain that supercharged tension deal as much damage as possible and not be, not lose it if she takes damage or anything like that. But all in all, this is a fantastic free unit. Great for free-to-play players. Let me know in the comment section below what units you're going to be pairing her up with, besides the ones that I've mentioned. Maybe I might have missed one that I didn't highlight, but she is definitely very, very strong. So thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and stay blessed, everybody.